We're here with the ever-wise Dr. Lawrence Lindsey. Thank you for joining us now. What do you think of the Ryan plan? I'd love your take on it.
Well, first of all, I think Chairman Ryan should be complimented for actually putting out a plan. The Senate has failed to produce a plan under Harry Reid for 3 years running. The president did put out a budget. It got 0 votes in the 435-member House of Representatives, and it won't even come to a vote in the Senate because it won't get any votes there either. So the only credible plan out there is Paul Ryan's. You can agree with it or disagree with it, but he deserves a lot of credit for actually dealing with the American people like adults and honestly. I think he's on the right track. I think we have a very serious problem. The joke about 2 economists and 3 opinions and all those jokes. And so, you can disagree with bits here or there, but fundamentally, I think Ryan really, really deserves the nation's gratitude.
There are a lot of blanks in his plan. I mean, are those blanks fillable? Is this a philosophy, or is this an actual blueprint that we could build off of?
Oh, this is an actual blueprint we can build off of. What we ordinary mortals don't realize is that the Congress is a pretty balkanized place. So, for example, the Ways and Means Committee, which he is not chairman of, actually has to write the details of the tax plan. So when you don't see details, it's not his fault. It's the fact that the House, he has to respect his colleagues. Just like a lot of the details of the spending reductions will be written by individual committees. What the budget blueprint is a blueprint. It's an assignment to committees to hit the overall targets.
Now, politics aside, in terms of which plan or which budget, are you optimistic or pessimistic right now in terms of where we are economically, in terms of growth, short to medium term?
I think that the Reinhardt-Rogoff model, which basically says that we're probably stuck at about trend growth, is right. So we just went through some above-trend quarters. We're probably going to have some below-trend quarters. That's what averaging out is all about. I think we really have to change the paradigm if we're going to break out of that. Let markets work, let us break with the problems of the past. I don't see that happening in the near term.
You were the one who was credited correctly with kind of estimating how much the war would cost. Are we going to have any kind of peace dividend as these wind down? I mean, how much effect is that going to have on the economy over the next few years?
Well, the president's budget's actually spent the peace dividend, and in fact, it's spent it twice. So, and we still don't bring the deficit down. So I don't think that you can count on a lot of money there. Remember, the world is still a dangerous place, and the troops will be deployed elsewhere. We're going to have to make some serious decisions about our role in the world. That's beyond my pay grade, I'll put it that way. But I don't think you're going to see the kind of massive dividend that people might hope for.
Now, when you were at the Fed, you correctly predicted the kind of the market bubble of the dot-com era. Where do you see the market right now? We have a lot of viewers who are very interested in that, obviously.
Well, I think that, again, bearing in mind that the economy is probably stuck at a trend growth rate, I think there's a lot of optimism about what will happen to earnings. Fundamentally, you've got the economy growing at 2%. You've got employment growing about 1.5%. That means only about 0.5% left for productivity. And that 0.5% has got to be divided between corporate profits and real wages. That's not a lot of money to share around. So I think that maybe we're a little bit exuberant about our expectations for profits over the next few years.